Welcome to episode 91 of Inside the Video Store. The last episode of the year. Exciting. Yes, I have got a slight, but I'm fine. I'm going to suck a cough sweet throughout the whole first half of the show, which will no doubt annoy you immensely. But it's either that or splutter into your face. That didn't come out right. So what have we got? Two halves again. Tonight, I'm going to record what's come out this week. And I'm also going to record my 10 favourite physical media releases of the year. Because time is a little bit constrained, I think we're going to push back on what's out on loan until we come back in the new year. And then tomorrow night, I'm going to record the Vinegar Syndrome, what's in the box. Because Vinegar Syndrome turned up on Monday. It is a quite spectacular array of films. I think there's 26 partner label releases, about 5 or 6 Vinegar Syndrome releases. Such a diverse and weird and wacky and wonderful mix of films. So I'm going to record that tomorrow and then obviously this tonight. And those two should make some kind of cohesive mess. We shall see. We shall see. In any case, it is the last show before Christmas, and pretty much the last major release week, to be honest. There are a few films out next week. There's a handful of releases next week. I think Luc Besson has done a Dracula film. What's that about? Well, we know what it's about, but is that meant to be any good? Do we know? Pee-wee's Big Adventure is out next week on Criterion. So it's a few bits. So they will go over until the following week, and you can catch up on them then. But yeah, it's a few little bits out next week. All oddments that kind of stuff that typically gets shuffled to the week before Christmas when nobody really knows where they are. In any case, this week though is still a gigantic stack of releases. It's quite something, isn't it? So let me go through it one by one. The main title of the week, there wasn't a film that did that well at the box office, to be honest. But again, much like Eddington has not been in since it came out. And I think this will be the same. It's the latest Stephen King adaptation. It's called The Long Walk. It's been put out by Lionsgate. Francis Lawrence directed it. We have 2 Blues and a DVD. By all accounts, it's one of the best Stephen King adaptations of recent times. So, I think this will have a very lengthy life on home media. So yeah, very cool indeed. And Mark Hamill is in this again. Wasn't he in the last Stephen King adaptation, The Life of Chuck? Weird. So yep, Long Walk, there we go. Downton Abbey, quite a few people have been asking for this. I don't know why, no. But people like it, people love it. This was just a staple in this country on Sunday evening, wasn't it? Never encountered it before in my life. But I'm aware that it is quite a phenomenon. So that is Downton Abbey, the grand finale. But will it be? Or will it be, Downton Abbey Part 6, Jason Lives, or whatever? This looks interesting. It's a film by Chris Stuckman, and it's executively produced by Mike Flanagan. It's a film called Shelby Oaks. Looks interesting. I mean, some of the hyperbolic quotes on the back kind of say, well, makes you wonder. But one of the quotes is, "The Blair Witch Project meets Hereditary." That kind of appeals to me, if I'm being honest with you. So, yeah, we'll see. But I'm a free man as of last night. Last night we recorded our Sorority House Massacre commentary. So I have no plans for the next 3 to 4 weeks before we embark on an Albert Pune film. So I'm going to catch up on stuff. Got mountains to catch up on. But I might fit that in because it looks quite cool. And Rennie Harlan has done another Strangers film. I liked the first two a great deal. I didn't see The Strangers Chapter 1, which was number 3, and this is The Strangers Chapter 2, which is number 4. Is Rennie Harlin just doing all of these now? What's the deal? Is he filming them back to back? What's the scoop? But yeah, I like the concept of The Strangers, but like any concept, I think ultimately it can get tired pretty quickly. So yeah, that is The Strangers. Now, I don't normally include imports in this stack of films, but I'm going to include this one. This was recommended to me by one of my good customers, James, and it just literally got a physical release last week in Germany. Imported it over, so I'm going to count this as new, going to put it on the new release wall. And it's Frankie Frico. Apparently it played festivals. It's from the director of Psycho Gorman, which was very popular when it came out on DVD and Blu-ray. And apparently this is pretty wild. It sounds great. Puppets. We love puppets. But yeah, Frankie Frico. Out now. No current UK date pending. But you never know. It's early days, but I just wanted to... The price was fairly cheap, so I thought, well, let's pick this up from Germany. English friendly, UK friendly. And let's give it a go. Whether it comes out in this country, I don't know, but I thought best to jump on the European release, as it looks such an interesting film. So yeah, that is Frankie Frico. Okie dokie. On to the boutiques. Just a stunning week of boutique releases. Stunning week. Start off with Criterion. Is this the first Powell and Pressburger film in UK Criterion? I don't know. But this is I Know Where I'm Going. It's from 1945, and it finds love flourishing in the Scottish Hebrides. But yeah, we have Powell and Pressburger. It is under exclusive license, of course, from ITV Studios. Wouldn't it be great if they got the Cronenberg film under license from ITV Studios? Dead Ringers, God, that's a shocking release. But yeah, great special feature on this. Obviously, it's a dual format, one UHD and one Blu-ray. The digital restoration has been supervised by the BFI National Archive, supervised, by Martin Scorsese and Thelma Schoonmaker. So that's pretty cool indeed. And some great documentaries on this, including one by Mark Cousins from 1994. So it's a great disc. There's I Know Where I'm Going. It's the latest addition to the UK Criterion collection. Quite a few releases from 88 Films this week. We got 3 here. Still got Crash and Burn to come. Taking its time. That's because I get that for free, and I haven't sent it yet. Damn it. But we'll show that off on the next episode in 2 weeks' time. What we do have, though, of the stuff that I paid for, we have The Hyena, which is a Joe D'Amato film with boobs on the front. You know, it's very blatant. I did say to Richard, I don't know how you get these in HMV with that cover up, but hey. Yeah, A Tale of Seduction and Suspense, a late entry in D'Amato's long and infamous career. It promises erotic tension and neo-noir intrigue. This comes from 1990? 97? Right, God, that is late. Wow. Didn't know it was that late. That's the latest film. That's the most recent film in the Italian Classics collection. Interesting. I have this on Vinegar Syndrome. John just rented it tonight, funnily enough, about an hour ago. But it's come out on the Slasher Classic Selection from 88. And it is one of those stupid things whereby you've collected every spine number so far. Therefore, even though I already have it, I picked it up again. Completely moronic. But it does have some new features, which will be quite handy to use as an alternative to the Vinegar Syndrome release, which isn't a bad release at all. Third and finally, from 88 Films, we have a film from Takashi Miike. I had this on DVD. It came out quite a few years ago. 9 years ago from Yuma Pictures, who have long since gone. But it's, of course, Over Your Dead Body. Now upgraded to Blu-ray. I don't think I saw it when it came out. I can't remember. I kind of have a spotty history with Takashi Miike films. But whoever wrote the back of the box on the 88 Films release did a good job of making it sound really appealing. So who knows? Over Your Dead Body now out on Blu-ray as part of the 88 Films Japaniki range. This has been much waited for. One of the best jelly films. It is Pupi Avati's The House with Laughing Windows. Of course, got a release in America from Arrow. They couldn't get the rights over here to release it because Shameless held the rights. And here it is. This did come out as well on a 4K UHD disc. I just picked it up on Blu-ray because, as you know, I don't like to skip 2 formats if I can prevent it. Just keep an eye on the time. So yeah, Pupi Avati, House Laughing Windows. Excellent giallo. Very good indeed. Great atmosphere to it. And yeah, a little bit different to your standard giallo. I do have one upgrade to report here. It is a 4K UHD upgrade to Boogie Nights. Obviously, my Paul Thomas Anderson section has been a hotbed of activity this year. And this is one of his finest films, of course. So it just made sense to upgrade the rather dated Blu-ray to 4K UHD. And it was a relatively fine price. But so it should be. In a flimsy slip like that and a slimline case like that. But yeah, Boogie Nights now in on 4K UHD. This is exciting. Curzon Collection, another Curzon Collection. This is a new release. This is a Jean Vigo Curzon Collection. Now, these Curzon collections up here have a huge array of films. I mean, Wim Wenders, 18 films in that set? Something like that. This, though, slight issue. He only made 1 film. But still, he has a Curzon collection. Well, that's because after the release of his feature, his main feature, which is called Atlante, he died of tuberculosis, aged just 29. However, on here is a number of other films, short films that he made, Jean Vigo, and we have them spread on 1 4K UHD, 1 Blu-ray, and we have 2 discs of bonus features as well. So yeah, even despite the fact that he died so young, there are still a few short films around that he made, and a wealth of featurettes and an introduction to L'Atalante by Martin Scorsese. So yeah, Jean Vigo collection from Curzon out now. Now, Night of the Juggler is out this week. I'm going to talk about it in a minute. I'm going to put it down in my stash of top physical media releases. Okay, come to that. Wild Style finally managed to turn up, which is cool. Paul Griggs took it straight away, as he does with the Arrow tiles, and looks great. It's a great addition. 2 discs and a bonus soundtrack as well. New Noir box set from Indicator, Columbia Noir, Volume 7. All 6 volumes are here. 7, though, bit of a twist. It's a British set. All films hailing from the UK. 6 films, mainly based around the 50s. Well, in fact, they're made between 55 and 57. But yeah, 1 colour, 5 black and white. Interesting. New Columbia Noir, made in Britain. These are great sets that Indicator do. Brilliant. Finally, 1 from Arrow. Not for me. Not for me. I've never was part of that craze for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but I know a lot of people that are. So here it is, the complete trilogy of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on Blu-ray. Did get a 4K release, but I just picked up the Blu-ray, limited edition Blu-ray. So there we go. TMNT, out now, and available to rent. Okie dokie. What we're on? Cool. So, physical media, the best 10 releases of the year. Tough choice. I didn't go for the most obvious ones, and I never really do. But I went for the 10 that that pleased me the most, both in terms of the content and in terms of just the fact that we needed them. And like I said before, Night of the Juggler is definitely one of the 10 best physical media releases of 2025. A great release. It's the first title to be distributed by Transmission, which is the spin-off of Radiance, Transmission Video Distribution. Now, I do have an issue, of course. Transmission say they're inspired by the video shop experience of the 80s and 90s. How about 2025? Transmission. How about the video store experience of 2025? Joking. But it's a beautiful piece of work. I love that. I know it's cosmetic, and I know it doesn't matter in any capacity, but I love that cutout. I think that really does just, I don't know, just really makes it pop. Great set, hard box, dual format. We got 4K UHD here. We have Blu-ray here, and yeah, just an excellent edition. New interview with James Brolin. Audio commentary from Kim Newman. Good stuff. And they got some good films coming out on this label as well. They got Stuntman coming out, and a Larry Cohen film as well. Was it Perfect Strangers they're putting out? I think so. No, it wasn't. Special effects. But yeah, good. Really good. Night of the Juggler. Definitely one of the best physical media releases. 2025. Another one. Rumpelstiltskin. I know what you're saying. You're saying this is a terrible film, David. This is a terrible film. This film does not deserve to be praised in any capacity. I disagree. It's an essential 90s video store classic, and it should be celebrated. And this is a type of film that we should really be putting an effort into restoring and releasing, because this is the type of film that people will forget about if we let them. So TerraVision, who released this, did a great job putting this out. It's immense fun, such an immensely fun film, and yeah, absolutely thrilling to get this on Blu-ray and 4K UHD, which is terrific. Talking about this to John about an hour ago. Jade is another one of my best physical media releases of 2025. Again, often when someone dies, it gives you an opportunity to reappraise their career. But this was brilliant. This was such a great William Friedkin film. So underrated. I remember seeing it at the cinema, sort of a deserted cinema in Nottingham in 1996. And it was great. People didn't get it at the time. They didn't like it. But this has the director's cut on there as well. And that really does elevate the film. I thought it was a fantastic director's cut. But yeah, excellent release from Vinegar Syndrome. Something I haven't said many times this year. And yeah, there's plenty of Vinegar Syndrome hate to come in the next 20 minutes. But Jade I thought was fantastic. Great to see this film being afforded the attention that it deserves. And yeah, a great 4K UHD release. Jesus, Ron. For all 4K UHD releases so far. Crazy. This isn't, though. This is a Larry Cohen film. It's The Ambulance. Is this the most gobsmacking physical media release this year? No, it's probably not. But it is one of my favourite, because Larry Cohen has been criminally ignored on physical media in the UK for quite some time. But now, here we are, finally with a breakthrough. The Ambulance is out now. We've got special effects coming next year from Transmission. I think Did Wicked Stepmother come out? Is that coming out soon? I forget, but there's another one as well. It's great to see a bit of love for Larry because he deserves it. He really does deserve it. So, as The Ambulance is my fourth pick for best of 2025. Number 5, Emmanuel. Yeah, bit pervy, obviously, but irrelevant. It's just a brilliantly put together box set by Severin. 4 films, lavish special features, stunning curation, wonderful booklet, and yeah, this is the type of film that I like to see attention being paid to. Because, like I say, in the wrong hands, when big corporations buy each other like Netflix and Warner's and what have you, these are the films that are the first to die. So to see great little companies like Severin putting so much effort into restoring these films and putting them out on 4K UHD, it is just absolutely tremendous. Are they the best films in the world? No, they're not. But they have a place in our culture and they deserve a bit of respect. So to have that level of respect put in there is absolutely tremendous. Halfway. Missing one. That's embarrassing. Oh yeah. Again, Severin. Bloody Legend. The complete Cliff Tomlow collection. A filmmaker who didn't exist. Doesn't exist, really. None of his films really ever got proper distribution. One of his films turned up on VHS one day, but the majority just died with him. And it is just that kind of attention to detail on a career that nobody would ever be aware of if it wasn't for a group of devoted historians who want to document this stuff. You would never be able to enjoy the art of nude massage. You would never be able to enjoy fitness over 40. I don't know how you could live with that, quite frankly. But there's some good stuff. And if you only ever see one thing from this box set, watch the documentary by Jake West. Stunning. Again, Jesus, a bit pervy today. Vixen. Russ Meyer films are all being restored and upgraded to 4K UHD. They look unbelievable. Stunning. And we're finally beginning to appreciate that Russ Meyer, bit of an ass, but he was a great filmmaker and he made some amazing, important films. And Vixen is certainly one of them. So yeah, that is definitely one of my favourite physical media releases this year. This one is as well. Only spoke about it a few weeks back. I'm not going to speak about it too much here. But these Shaw Brothers sets are stunning. And this one, number 4, in my opinion, is a great gateway if you're not necessarily into martial arts, because there's so much sci-fi, so much horror in this, that might be an avenue for you to really get into these. Nearly done. 2 to go. Penultimate one. Master Cinema. Deffer. These East German films that they're putting out, or have been putting out this year, the Rack and Ruin box set as well, is stunning. But this was the sci-fi box set. So unusual, these films. Like I say, coming from a country like East Germany, remarkable that these were being made. Even more remarkable is the fact that in 2025 we get a chance to watch them. Brilliant, such outstanding work to curate a box set like this. Amazing, brilliant, and some of the films are really, really cool. With brilliant production design, and they look stunning. They look absolutely stunning. So yeah, that's science fiction. A definite Strange New Worlds, a definite first class physical media release. And finally, number 10. One of my own. Enemy Territory. All I want. I know physical media companies are going to do whatever they want to ensure that they're profitable. All I want, every now and then, is for them to dig up something that's never been seen past VHS. That's all I want. And this was one of them. Enemy Territory. Never been seen past VHS anywhere around the world. Finally, Arrow picked up the original master from MGM, restored it, gave it an average commentary by someone, and put some great special features on, and it made it look amazing. And it's just a great B movie that is finally able to be preserved in the best possible format. So thrilled. This is my undoubted highlight of this year. The fact that this is now out on Blu-ray. It's a great film. It's a great film if you've not seen it. But yeah, this is definitely has to be one of my top physical media releases of 2025. What will next year hold? I don't know. Either way, hopefully we'll be here to find out. Right, end of part 1. Next up, Vinegar Syndrome and Partners. And we're back. We are back. Part 2. Vinegar Syndrome and Partners. Wild. There we go. One full box. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. I mean, this has just been some wild. I mean, I was just paranoid about this delivery, to be honest, because I don't know. It's just, I mean, this was just under 13 pounds in weight. I think it's my heaviest Vinegar Syndrome delivery to date. But there's some good stuff. Obviously, I've been a vocal critic of Vinegar Syndrome this year for repetition and upgrades, needless upgrades. But to be honest, there's some good stuff here, mainly with the partner labels. And we all know that without Vinegar Syndrome, the partner labels wouldn't exist. So, what do we got? Well, first of all, I'm going to run through some old stuff. They had a partner label sale a couple of weeks ago, and it just seemed like the perfect opportunity to pick up a load of Saturn's Core releases that I hadn't got. Obviously, Saturn's Core is probably the best renting partner label here out of all the 20-something Vinegar Syndrome partner labels. Some partner labels I don't get because their releases are all regional locked, which seems completely crazy given the fact that those films will never come out in this country. I mean, that just seems like cutting off your nose to spite your face. Just my opinion. So yeah, I just tend to focus primarily on Saturn's Core, Agfa, VHS Hitfest, Distripix, Cinematograph, Bleeding Skull, Umbrella. But there's some new people here who are quite exciting that I haven't picked up from before. Let's have a look anyway. Let's get rid of these Saturn's Core releases that I picked up. These are a couple of years old, some of these, but just had to get them. Okay, we have Our World is Drowning and Going to Hell. Cheerful Christmas stuff. It's the underground films of Richard Baylor. Yeah, the complete works of Richard Baylor. Brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4 of his films. Predominantly shorts. But yeah, some good stuff here. And a 45-minute documentary. It's classed as a ultimate descent into the disturbing milieu of one of the most provocative and formerly uncharted video agitators. So there's the underground films of Richard Baylor. Very cool. Great, that is that. Next up in the Saturn's Core catch-up, we have 16 Tongues. Not the sequel to 16 Candles. That's Scooter McRae. Scooter McRae did a really cool film that Vinegar Syndrome put out last Christmas, and it was called Black-Eyed Susan. Really, really good. You may know Scooter McRae, though, for probably his most iconic film, which is Shatter Dead. This is described as a transgressive dystopian chamber piece. Perfect. 16 Tongues. That's in now. Another Saturn's Core. We have Duck! ! The Carbine High Massacre. Yeah, wow. Comes from New Jersey-based filmmaker William Hellfire, who of course was quite heavily involved with Wave. Yeah, it's classed here as the precursory feature to examine the hot button phenomenon of school shootings. Incredible. Deep Undead is in from Saturn's Core. Deep Undead started in 1999 but not released on video until 2005. The definitive release of director Dave Castiglione's elusive, shot on video, aquatic eco-horror epic. It includes telepathic mutant sexcapades and hypnotic underwater videography. Wow. Deep Undead. Very cool. We have Ravage from Saturn's Core. It's a film by Ronnie Sortor. Sortor this, Sortor that. Sortor. This is a sophomore film that was made after Sinistry. We have Hong Kong-inspired gunplay, practical owl-gouging, and it is considered to be a micro-budget classic. That is Ravage. Backwoods Marcy. She's homeless and hungry for sex, blood, and revenge. Aren't we all, dear? One of the few shot videos movies in history to be held by a woman. So let's celebrate that. It is a Wave movie, I think. A strangely feminist 90s era SOV horror epic. Amazing. Oh no, it's sort of tangential to Wave. This was a studio called Sharky Video. Very cool indeed. It also comes with a bonus movie, An Ex-Hooker's Christmas Carol. Great stuff. So that is, Backwards Marcy. 3 to go from Saturn's Core Catch-Up. We have Hung Jury, which is a Wave movie. If you don't know who Wave are, it's Gary Whitson's label. Check out the Wave documentary in the Saturn's Core section. It is a fantastic, fascinating, illuminating documentary about a made-to-order production company. People would literally mail them in with what they wanted in a movie, and they'd make it. Genius. This is one of them, Hung Jury, and we have another one here, I think, called Dead North. Yes, it is. SOV soap opera, slasher epic, and an early non-custom passion project from Gary Whitson. So this is one of Whitson's own. Great. A beguiling blend of head-scratching whodunit, homespun gore, and charming regional eccentricities. Finally, from the Saturn's Core Catch-Up, we have The Pact. What do we got here? Shot on the scenic shores of Virginia Beach in 1995. Now this is a film from Brad Sykes. We know Brad, don't we? We've got his good book about neo-noir, Something in the Desert. Good book. I know one of my viewers owns a copy. Brad Sykes, you probably know him best for directing the first Camp Blood movie, which wasn't that great. But he has done some really cool movies as well. I've got a couple of them in the Visual Vengeance section. This is from 1995. Comes with an audio commentary from Brad as well. So yeah, that is The Pact, a film by Brad Sykes. So yeah, that's the catch-up out the way. That is the Saturn's Core catch-up. So great. I'll be really thrilled to put those in the Saturn's Core section because it does attract some weird... Oh, sorry. It does attract some great people, which is cool. Okay, next up, what do we got? Let's do The Ringer. The annoying one. This came out from Darkstar. It's called George A. Romero's Resident Evil. Advertised as Region Free on the Vinegar Syndrome website, it is unfortunately Region A locked. So aside from myself and maybe 2 other customers, unfortunately, this is a bit of bullseye and look at what you could have won. But it looks a great documentary all about the the tumultuous behind-the-scenes goings-on about Romero's Resident Evil, which never came to pass. So yeah, never mind. Annoying. Let's have a look at the newbies. What should you go for first? Should I have a look at Vinegar Syndrome? Well, yeah. Oh, God. I mean, why? The Garbage Pail Kids movie is here in 4K UHD for no reason other than I just don't know. I have no idea why a company like Vinegar Syndrome would want to release this. It's got to be in a capitalist endeavor. Let's make some money. Let's charge people the earth for a really, really bad movie. I mean, even this artwork is just offensive. Yeah, there it is. The Garbage Pail Kids movie, one of the worst movies ever made. And it's here on 4K UHD. Just what we didn't need. Bizarre programming from Vinegar Syndrome. Crazy. How's that? Nice case, though. Nice clip case. I do like that. Will it rent out? Who knows? And in a similar vein, yes, we have Troll 2. There's a wonderful Blu-ray from Eureka, which has the first film, the second film, and the documentary, Best Worst Movie, all together in one lovely little set that was priced at about $14.99. And it was perfect. It's perfect. We don't need anything more than that, but now here we have Troll 2 for $46. I did not pay $46 for this. This was part of my subscription for 2025. I'd love to know what I did pay for it once, but probably not very much, to be honest. But still, and I mean this. I mean, what's going on with that? What's going on with that? Who sanctions this artwork? Who sanctions it? I mean, the outer is great. That's not bad. But this, oh, yeah. So there we go. Troll 2. Crazy. Anyway, there we are. So there's two of the worst releases of the year, both from Vinegar Syndrome. We did the best releases, they're the worst releases. Also from Vinegar Syndrome, we have the excellent Time Crimes. Time Crimes is a fantastic film. It's Spanish. You might know the cover from that. There we go. One of my best renting Spanish language movies. It's such a great movie. It's mind-twistingly awesome. If you haven't seen it, try and get to see it because it's fantastic. And yeah, Time Crimes. Great stuff. Now in from Vinegar Syndrome on 4K UHD. So yeah, great. Nacho Vigalondo. Good film. What else from Vinegar Syndrome? Yes, it's the Stendhal Syndrome. It's alright. Bit of Asia Argento for the lads, as they say. It's not Argento's best film by far. It's just on the cusp of him gradually going a little bit off the boil. But there's some very good things in this. Ennio Morricone did the soundtrack. Sergio Stivaletti did the special effects. So there's some great stuff in this. I'm going to rewatch it because I haven't seen it in a long time. But yeah, there we go. The Stendhal Syndrome by Dario Argento. Out now on 4K UHD by Vinegar Syndrome. Now this is Vinegar Syndrome adjacent. We have Volume 2 of the films of Hisayasu Sato. This was Volume 1 that came out 2 months ago with 3 of his films. And now we have Volume 2, which has 2 of his films, which seems not that many. Yeah, 2-hour running time on that. Seems, yeah, you know. Could they not combine both sets? No? Anyway, here's obviously a pink film auteur. If you don't know what a pink film is, probably not going to explain it very well, so I won't, but Google it or follow some really cool people on Instagram who specialize in this genre, because it is a huge, expansive genre of movies. I know Jasper Sharp has just published a book on pink movies. Very exploitative, very grim to watch at times. But they're an interesting piece of work. They're an interesting piece of work, and there are the two newest Sato films we put onto Blu-ray, courtesy of Vinegar Syndrome's new line, which is Pink Line. And yeah, we shall see what Volume 3 holds. Okay, so that's the grisly stuff out the way. That's the grisly stuff. Let's move on to Cinematograph. Just in the Liberties label. Again, in one of the usual cases, which tends to get middle-class white men excited. This is At Close Range. It's out on 4K UHD. Filmed by James Foley. Haven't seen this. Got it on DVD over here. Chris Penn is in it. Crispin Glover is in it. Mary Stuart Masterson, and of course, Sean Penn and Christopher Walken. Good stuff. Good stuff. James Foley, of course, dead. Glenn Ross. Great. Described as one of the great American crime films of the 1980s. Okay, gonna speed up because we've been yapping. From Distripix and Something Weird Video, we have the adult version of Jekyll and Hyde, alongside the erotic adventures of Zorro. Perfect. These are two films by Dave Freeman. Dave Freeman was really big in exploitation in the 60s, wasn't he? Partnered with Herschel Gordon Lewis. He was a great king of exploitation. There he is, right there. And yeah, the mighty monarch of exploitation. Very cool. And these are the these were the first entries into a series celebrating his. Oh, nice. Oh, that's right. I think didn't Distripix and Something Weird get access to his library, so they're going to be releasing some of his exploitation films, some of his nudie cuties, as they call them. That'll be interesting. From Wild Eye Releasing, Wild Eye tend to be known for their low budget stuff, and this is low budget. This is a film by Jay Wolfell. It's called Asylum of Darkness. Quite a contemporary film. It's from 2013. Jay Wolfell. I liked Beyond Dream's Door, which I've got here. I did not like Trances 6. I did not like Demonicus, which is, in my opinion, one of the worst movies to ever come from Full Moon. Have I got it up there somewhere? It has a really nice cover, but it is a shockingly awful film. Can't find it. Maybe I didn't keep it. It's surprising if I didn't. That'll be there somewhere. But yeah, Demonicus, check it out. Let's see if you can make it to the end. Oh, there it is. Good cover. Anyway, that's Asylum of Darkness. And if you did want to check out Demonicus, there it is. Looks really cool and exciting, but it's not. It's really, really, really average. Okay, next up, I've taken this home tonight because in my collapsed state last night, I missed. I fell asleep halfway through. It is FujiYukai.mov. It's a found footage, shot on video film, shot on iPhone, from Japan. It's great so far. Brooding, atmospheric. It's about a girl going to commit suicide up Mount Fuji. Cheerful stuff, but it's good. And apparently the last reel is just, mega. So that's coming home with me. Twin Cheeks, I saw the other day. Did enjoy it. What can you say about it, really? Director called Kelly Hughes. Good filmmaker, very ambitious. It's a very arty film. And it is a spin it takes elements of the Twin Peaks thing, like the homecoming queen death, but it's a homecoming king who gets killed after being raped in a forest by a guy, and you get to see everything. And yeah, it's got a few little Twin Peaks isms, but it's shot on video, and it's quite rough, and it's really, 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 really gay. But it's very good. It's very good. So it's Twin Cheeks, which is out now from VHS Hipfest. It's a great addition as well. You got an extra film on there from Kelly Hughes, which is great. Which is called It's Not the House, It's My Mother. The Doll is a Swedish film from 1973, which has been put out by Cult Pix. And yeah, this looks great. Swedish horror drama about a mannequin. About a guy who falls in love with a mannequin. We've all been there. My first ever purchase from Canadian International Pictures. They always lock their discs, Blu-rays, so I can never import them. I can import them, but they'd be neither use nor on them to people. But this is their first 4K UHD disc. It's East End Hustle. It looks fantastic. It is obviously Canadian. Exploitation classic, originally brought to American screens by Lloyd Kaufman. It's a crime saga that has elements of horror and humanity to it. East End Hustle, great artwork on that. Cracking on, No Sleep Till. This is another contemporary release. This comes from Factory 25. It's a disaster movie, but a very, very, very lo-fi disaster movie. Dreamlike, hypnotic take on a disaster movie. That's No Sleep Till. Moving on, great slice of exploitation from Ian Barry. Really good. 1980. Essential release from Umbrella, which is great. That's The Chain Reaction. A beautiful quintet of kids' oddities from Agfa. Really, really weird kid stuff from the 50s and 60s. 5 movies altogether that look genuinely disturbing. That is Crazy Kids Video Party. Just in time for Christmas, we have A Baked Baby Jesus. This and Blood Brothers are 2 films by Mike Diana, who seems like a character. It's another release by Factory 25, who released No Sleep Till. And yeah, this looks particularly demented. So yeah, I don't know what to make of that. Yeah, check it out. Another release from Agfa is Movie Orgy. This apparently has been long awaited. It's a Joe Dante film from 1968, where he took an apartment's worth of 16mm prints and meticulously created what is possibly the world's first found footage megamix. And it is a megamix. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, nearly 5 hours in duration. Ouch. Model Hunger is released by Wild Eye. It's a film by Debbie Rochon. You probably know Debbie Rochon from Trauma movies and lots of low-budget horror movies. She's very, very cool. And yeah, this is her directorial debut, which sounds really great. Lil Lowry is in it as well. 2, 3 new ones from Saturn's Core. So these are all Saturn's Core new ones. We have At Dawn They Sleep. Sounds mega. Perhaps the ultimate mashup of 90s genre film tropes. It's a film by Brian Paulin. Hong Kong style gunplay, practical effects, and salacious eroticism. At Dawn They Sleep. We have Hardcore Poisoned Eyes from Saturn's Core. Feature debut from New York-based writer Sal Chiavarello. Claustrophobic, cabin-bound, winter set chamber piece. We'd love a chamber piece. That's Hardcore Poisoned Eyes. And we have Spectre's Rock, which is another Twin Peaks-esque thing. Actually had a trailer of this hidden as an Easter egg in the Season 1 DVD set of Twin Peaks. And yeah, it's directed by Lynch scholar Josh Eisenstadt. It's very long though. It's 2.5 hours. And no shot on video film needs to be 2.5 hours. It puts me off. Documentary. We have The House From. It's the latest documentary from ETR Media. And this looks at those houses, the people living in a house from a famous TV show or movie. And it interviews them and asks them what it's like to live in a house where they have strange people coming up and saying, can I have a look around? Because my favourite show was made there. Psychotropic Overload comes from VHS Hitfest. Looks great. One of the most unique independent horror movies in the 1990s. Very Hitchcockian and blends the video format with 8mm and 16mm film elements. Neil Davis. So yeah. Interesting one, that one. Psychotropic Overload. And finally, we have one. This is a Vinegar Syndrome release. It says the 15 reels of film make up the contents of this release. As of November 2025, Vinegar Syndrome held 40,000 reels of film. So yeah, this is just a way of Vinegar Syndrome putting out stuff they have that people might not ordinarily be interested in. So there's a feature-length film here, a regional thriller, and there's 1, 2, 3 shorts and a documentary. Interesting stuff. The film names are redacted, so you never know what you're getting. And yeah, it's just a bit of a blinkered blind game, really, but that is Reviver, Volume 1, with hopefully many to come. Interesting release, certainly sold out quickly enough. Yeah, that is it. That is it. What a month from Vinegar Syndrome and partners underlined twice. Some good stuff there, some really good stuff, and I can't wait for people to start renting it and watching it, because they're going to be over the moon with some of that stuff. That's it. That is the last show of 2025. Thank you for watching every single week this year, and it has been every single week. It's been a marathon. I'm going to take a week off next week, and the first show of 2026 will be out on the 2nd of January. The 2nd of January, with a catch-up on what's been happening over 2 weeks. Every new release that has popped in to store, and there won't be many. And yeah, that's about it. So thank you very, very much for watching throughout 2025. I hope if you do Christmas, I hope you have a good one. If you don't do Christmas, I hope you have a few days off to yourself and you can get your thoughts together and watch some movies. I've got nothing to do now for a number of weeks. I've just been on the phone to 88 films, and we have nothing on until maybe sometime in January. So I'm going to catch up. I'm going to watch some great films, and I'm going to relax and try and detach my brain from my body and recharge, because it needs recharging. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a great couple of weeks, and I will see you at the start of 2026.